I just need you all to follow the process. Like, you got to understand, like, Harvard graduate created this. You know what I'm saying? So keep in mind that he's smarter than all of us. So he knows what to do to get you hired. So when I went through the interview, his first question was, tell me a little bit about yourself. And I went through it pretty much. If you all look up my interview, I'm Frederick Demas. I pretty much said the exact same thing. They asked me 2 or 3 technical questions after that about primary keys, precedence constraints, and something else. I don't remember what it was, but I went to, my job is in San Antonio, but at the time I was living in Dallas. So I went to a satellite location in Dallas and video conference the manager and the lead. They could see me, but I couldn't see them. On my drive home, the recruiter called me and told me they made me an offer before I even got home. So this is maybe 10, 15 minutes. When I'm driving home from Irving to Louisville, the recruiter called me. So do not think that you don't know enough and you're not going to be able to answer these questions. I need you all to follow the process, because even once you get on the job, you're going to know a lot more than you think you know. You may be overwhelmed because of the environment, but my first week, maybe 2, my lead BSA said, man, we're so glad to have you, because the last guy we hired couldn't even write a select statement. So it's weird how much this place teaches you, especially in contingent point, how much money you all make. My first couple of weeks, I remember going over code review with Debbie, who's on our team, and I did something and she was like, show me how you do that. Now, mind you, I'm fresh out of Colaberry. I'm 2 weeks. She used to be a report developer, and now she's on the BI team, and our stuff is SQL and SSIS heavy. So she had me show her something. She's been in SQL for way longer than me. Keep in mind, I have a sales background. So I just want you all to trust the process. Don't think because maybe you skipped a couple homeworks to turn someone else in that you don't know enough, because the help that you all are going to get once you're on a job is better than anything else in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care whether or not you took good notes or didn't take good notes. Do the interviews, do the mock interviews, make sure you can answer some of these questions. You all have done the videos. Sooner or later, you're going to get an interview that coincide with the questions you know the answer to, all right? My first probably 3 or 4 interviews, I couldn't answer the questions. One was a reporting interview. I don't even know how they got me because I didn't apply for no reporting jobs. So I don't know how I popped up there. So he called me. I couldn't answer those. All right, next one. I remember interviewing for Whole Foods in Austin, and it was a Power BI team. This was before the internship. So I got a job before Power BI, and they was allowing interns to do that. They said, oh, don't worry about it if you don't use it. We're just pretty much writing select statements. But he asked me questions about, who owns various aspects of the data flow. And I was like a deer stuck in headlights. You are going to get interviews where you're not going to know the answers to every question. That doesn't mean anything. All you're doing is worrying about the interview where you do know the answers and they do want to hire you. But do not think that they're going to hire you just because of your technical prowess. I have 2 friends who've recently gotten jobs, 6-figure jobs, straight out of Colaberry, Power BI developers. Some of them were hired because of their people skills. One manager actually told a guy, say, hey, look, I see your project, I see your resume, I know you can do the job. Just talk to me. I just want to get an idea of who you are as a person. And he really hired the guy because he had retail. We was in the same store. He had retail sales experience. So his ability to communicate and kind of relate to people really gave him a leg up, because once we're around IT, there's a lot of introverted individuals there. Some things get lost in translation because a lot of people in our field are foreign, which is great. But keep in mind, I just need you all to understand that you have no idea why they're going to hire you. So don't think because I know or don't know what Colaberry is teaching me, that's my only leg up in the game. So people hire for a vast variety of reasons, and it's not for you to determine the how. You just got to follow the process. You're not any, when I went through it, I knew that the people who got hired before me wasn't any smarter than me. You know what I'm saying? So I was just going through the numbers. You just have to go through the nose until you get that one yes. And if that one yes is paying you $50, $55, $60 an hour, the nose doesn't even matter. You don't even remember half of the nose once you get that yes. I just need you all to follow the process. Do the mock interviews, Make sure you let your manager, your mentors know when you have an interview, so they can maybe schedule some time to do a mock interview with you, giving the details of what the job requirements tell you that they are looking for. They're gonna know more about it than you do, even if it's not their tool. Like my friends who were recently were hired as Power BI. I pretty much do ETL and SQL all day, but I knew what they would be looking for because I'm in the industry. So I talk to BSAs. I deal with people. I have Power BI people sending me emails saying, hey, I need you to input this data into this table, or I need to see these columns and things like that. So once you're in the industry, you have a broad base and an idea of who needs what. But